Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of un-RIVETED, a Dakota Customs original. I'm your host, Travis Feist, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Rob McLeod.
Good afternoon, everyone. Almost said good morning.
I know. We're kind of, we're late.
Yeah, not late. We just
got stuff to
rescheduled.
do. Yeah.
It's with the week we got going on top of all our normal business workload, push this one off a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're in here.
But we're here. That's right.
That's right.
I know last week we had a hard time. We couldn't make it because there's just no way we could step away.
There's no way.
And even if I tried, I couldn't, and you were busy, you couldn't. It was just there's no way we could make it. So
it's funny. Me and you definitely have the tally of going through your days with no lunch break, and there's days where I can't take my lunch break, and I know Shawn's here on his lunch break. Yeah. So that just kind of gives you guys an idea of how busy we actually are.
Yeah. And that's, speaking of that, so we do have Shawn Lundstedt from Shawn's Repair and from Adeline's Believers, and he's one of the head guys that put together the second annual car show for the Hammer Down Big Rig Show and the car and truck show that we'll be talking about here in just a little bit. But with that, I mean, just even the last 2 weeks between the temperature went from 70 to like 95 overnight, and the motorcycles coming in, the side-by-sides that's flowing through our shop, the trucks, the trying to get stuff ready and done for the show this weekend. It's just been crazy how busy it is, and I can only imagine, Shawn, like you. I mean,
it's been crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we're preaching to the choir. I mean, you know how it is, and I know your plate's been full too, because not only you're trying to run your shop, which you're busy, but you're also been trying to get ready for this event coming up. So I can only imagine even how much busier you even are for all this.
Yeah, I got like 13 of my own vehicles I'm throwing in the show, so. Yeah.
And probably, 2 weeks ago, it was probably at 8. Now it's like, I should get this one ready for the show. Well,
and then customers, they're bringing stuff in they want to put in the show too. And it's nuts.
Shows, man.
Yeah. But it's going to be an awesome show, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great.
It's all worth it when they're sitting there looking pretty. Yeah. Sounding good.
Yep, exactly.
So I know, like I said, we've been, trying to get stuff ready, get clean, trying to organize everything, even on our end, to present stuff to the show. It's just been ridiculous, and just how busy that we are. And like I said, on top of trying to get ready for this show. But we got a lot coming up this week. We've got a 2-day, like I said, Shawn, we got Friday, Saturday, we got the Hammer Down car show for the Adeline's Believers.
Yep, second annual Adeline's Believers charity car show,
Yep, and that's at the Dakota Speedway.
Yep.
And so tell us a little bit about that. And then I think also, if I may not be corrected, but is it the truck pull on Friday or Saturday night? Saturday night. So that's going to be there like 4. Last year. Yep. So tell us a little bit about that event that you've got going on, that you put together. And again, for the people that are just tuning in that haven't listened to us last year and a couple episodes ago on the whole reason and purpose why this is going on, and the meaning behind it, if you want to kind of let our listeners know.
Well, basically, me and my wife started a nonprofit in our daughter's name. She's got CACNA1A, which is a genetic disorder on the calcium channel. Everybody has a CACNA1A gene. Hers is just messed up how it processes things. So basically, she's got severe epilepsy. She's nonverbal, non-mobile. Has to be helped with everything, basically. That was kind of our thing behind it. We wanted to do something to be able to raise money for the cause, for the CACNA1A Foundation, and also do stuff locally for hospitals, and different families that have kids that are in therapies and exhaust their insurance benefits. We reward scholarships to that kind of thing, for adaptive equipment for children, with disabilities. Just different stuff like that we wanted to do.
Sounded like last year you did really well.
We did.
From raising money standpoint.
We did really well last year. It was really great. Cool. For our first event, first year. I mean, it was got our name out there.
Yeah, and I do have to say, for your first one last year, which we were a part of, and
Yep.
we were awesome to have had that opportunity.
Oh, it was awesome. You
Yeah,
guys
it was-
doing that.
Yeah,
It's
and
top notch.
for your first one, honest to God, and I've been to a lot of shows, it almost like it was like your 10th year of doing
Yeah.
it. It was very well organized, very well put together. The layout was awesome. There was no, like, well, on our end, we didn't see any, but I'm sure you probably dealt with some, but no, like, major issues or anything dramatic or confusion. Everything just seemed to be smooth, very organized. And so for your first one,
Yeah, for
I'm actually looking forward to this one
the
here.
magnitude of what you did, it's very easy to miss details. And
I think you guys did a very good.
There was stuff behind the scenes that
Right,
happened,
yeah.
which if anything, it's going to happen.
yeah,
We worked
And-
through it, and it
and you'll
worked
have
out
it.
good.
Yeah,
as our
Yeah.
famous lines are, just wing it.
yeah,
Yep.
just
Shoot from
wing
the
it,
hip.
man.
Yeah,
shoot
that's
from
what
the
I do.
hip. Yeah, that's right.
When I first started working for Travis. I can't remember, our first car show that I did with Travis was the Sick Bastards in Dickinson, I believe. And he's like, I was like all nervous. He's like, man, the nerves never go away. Just wing it.
Yeah.
And so now the nerves actually did go away because it's just like, well, whatever this battle presents me with, I'm gonna do my best to be armed and ready. So,
And it seems like we're
Absolutely.
always executing. I mean, we always pull it off, and I've been doing it for long enough that it's like, we'll figure it out.
it's easy to overhype it within
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Yep.
But it is a very good car show, and
Awesome car show.
And your daughter, she's what, 9, 7?
Should be 9 in
She'll be
October.
9. Yeah.
Yep.
She was here in our show again, and she's such a sweetheart. She,
Yeah.
she sits there with her cool matching, was it purple and pink glasses? I think, if I remember right, and she just sits there, and she's always got a smile on her face, and for everything that she's been through, she's got a great heart, and
She's the strongest person
She
I know.
is.
And always
Yep.
resilient right through it, smiling and comes out on top, It's,
Yep. And so everything for the show, all the proceeds are going to the benefit, correct?
Mhm.
And then
Absolutely.
you guys will have a booth there. I think maybe she'll be there for a little bit.
She'll be
depending-
there depending on the
on
heat,
heat and everything,
stuff
yeah.
like that. But she'll be there. We're going to have our booth for the nonprofit. Then I'll have another one for the car show, kind of taking care of entries and
Sure.
stuff like
yeah.
that. We're actually doing a bunch of different classes this year and awarding trophies, stuff like that. Dash plaques for the first 50 cars
Sure.
entered. Kind of going a little bit on a bigger scale with it this year. Last year I had a lot of that stuff with John Schneider to deal with, so I was
Right.
kind of preoccupied a lot with that. So this year I can focus more on the show.
Is he a bit of a
I think-
diva?
No,
No?
he's actually he's a good dude.
He's-
Is he? Yeah.
I got to spend some time with him, and he's ride
He's
some
a down-
motorcycle with him. He's
Yeah.
a good dude.
He's a
Yeah.
down to earth guy.
He
He
is.
tells you how it is.
He's
Yeah.
like us.
Yeah.
He just tells how it is, and that's where it's where it's at.
Yeah, and I'll remember, and I'm actually kind of jealous, to be honest with you, but when we were sitting there at the show on that Saturday, and it was getting to be in the late afternoon, and John come rolling around the corner, and of course he didn't cut his hair for a while because it was quite the fro going.
yeah.
And you guys come around the corner from leaving the show, and here you are right behind him, and I started giggling because I'm like, it's like the big dog on the porch, and here comes the pup that looks up to the big dog.
Yeah.
And here comes Shawn right behind him on his motorcycle, and you guys were riding off into sunset together with Schneider's hair just flowing, and I'm like...
Good thing
I'm
I
like,
had a hat
yeah,
on, kind
so
of blinded
say-
you in the back.
Yeah,
a
right,
little
but-
bald,
Man,
like a
I
little
don't-
bald spot
Yeah,
up there.
but
I
you
don't-
could tell by looking at you how you were like, you were so waiting for this moment to just to get out and just leave everything, get a little wind in your, whatever you call hair or
Yep.
comb over, whatever you got,
right.
and just enjoy it. And
Yep.
I'm like, that's what it's all about right there.
Yep.
There's no hype, there's no BS, there's no, no image, nothing. It's just about some good old country boys
Yep.
just get on their bikes and raise a little hell. So it's like that. I'll never ever forget that image, as long as I can remember. It's like clear as a bell. So
Yeah.
I'll never forget it either, right?
yeah,
That was-
well, yeah. Honestly, I was actually jealous because
awesome.
I'm like, my bike is like right
Yeah.
here. I've got two even. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but no, it was quite the thing to see. And so this year, no John Schneider, but we do have Steve Darnell.
Yep. From Vegas Rat Rods coming
Yep,
up.
welder up.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually, we've been trying to get him on our podcast, but he's not quite digging it. I know, I'm sure he's got a lot going on, but I did message him through Instagram when he put a little shout out that he was coming here for the Buggies and Blues, and I put out there, I'm like, well, get here so you can come and see us. And he replied back, and he's like, yeah, that's cool. I can't wait. So, I was shocked that he did reply, but I'm anxious to get to meet him and, and see what kind of a guy that he's like.
Saturday it'll be happening.
Yeah, so looking forward to that. Plus, I believe he'll be at the Buggies and Blues. I think you got, I don't know if it's you or if the Mandan organization has a stand for him.
They do.
That he'll be there signing autographs, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he'll be Friday night at the races at the Speedway out here. And then Saturday he'll be, from noon to 3. Noon to 1 is for all our sponsors. And then, from 1 to 3, I should say, is public.
Oh, okay, sure.
So.
Yeah. So is he giving any rides out like Schneider is?
I doubt it.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't know. Maybe. You never know.
Yeah, probably not.
It'd be pretty cool. He brings that one with the Hemi on there, the blower.
Yeah.
I think
so did he say what he's bringing?
Supposedly that one, and then there's another one that is that truck he built, that car hauler.
Yeah.
So supposedly them 3 is what he's bringing, I guess. So
he's bringing the Charger.
The car hauler.
Oh yeah. So he's got that flatbed semi that I think he's bringing.
That new one he built.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know if he's got his motorcycle on there in a car, because that's what he did. I've been following him on a couple of shows.
I don't know. Supposedly 2 rat rods are coming along.
Oh, okay.
Is what I was told, but I don't know. Matt with the MPO there's been kind of dealing more in Dell with that end of things. So which is nice. It's
let them deal with it. Yeah. And I'm sure whatever he brings is going to be cool.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. He builds awesome stuff.
Yeah, it's quite unique.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. And then Sunday, so not only we got to get ready for Friday and Saturday, so I suppose Sunday, are you taking all your stuff to Buggies and Blues, or are you going to step away?
I'm going to take a couple down there. We got a booth down there for the nonprofit.
Oh, okay, sure.
I sponsored in on that down there and stuff, and I don't want to do that for my business. It doesn't do much good for me down there. It's more for our nonprofit than anything. It's just trying to get that name out there more and get some more awareness out there. And,
absolutely.
Stuff like that.
So you'll be in the same boat too. So Friday, Saturday be the show there, and then get everything washed and clean and dusted off for 7 o'clock Sunday morning. I
got to haul, drive a bunch, put them away, and then whichever ones I do clean up, it's going to be
it's going to be a long night and short morning. Yeah.
Been like that all week already. So.
Yeah.
Show week.
Yeah.
So this being the second annual, was it any easier setting it up?
It was this year just because...
You know who to call.
Yeah. I mean, sponsor-wise, it's a little easier because, I kind of went to everybody from last year, and everybody's been good. They, we've been real blessed with that, I guess you could say. And the other part is as far as bringing somebody in from out of state, like, say, John Schneider or whatever have you, I didn't have to deal with none of that this year. We had to do some meetings, to work out what we were going to pay to get him out there, and which was pretty simple. Like 3 meetings, I think we had, or 4, and that was all worked out. So that aspect's been pretty nice about it. I can concentrate more on the cars and the stuff like that, with the show.
And it's got to be stressful too, because you don't know somebody like that with that name, and not just Steve, but John Schneider, whoever. It's like you're not going to bail at the last minute. It's like you say you're going to come, but just make sure that, because you're going to advertise and you got all this planned, that that's the stressful part too, to make sure that these people commit and actually follow through.
So like with John last year, his wife wasn't doing so good,
and he almost
didn't come. And it's like, whoa, we got all this stuff in stone and all. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that probably 20, 30 different meetings and just getting people on board with different things. And, and then all of a sudden that happened. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Well,
he drove himself up, or he decided, I said I'd do this show, I'm going to do it. And he drove up here by himself.
That's pretty cool because, in his eyes, it's probably pretty easy for him to view it as just a job, simply missing a day at work. Well, on our side, your side, the public side, it's like, no, we want to see this guy, so it's like the situation has so much more weight-bearing aspect of us looking at it, to where he could have easily just said, no, I'm not going, and not even thought twice about it. So that's cool he showed up.
But the thing is, he does a lot of stuff like the Children's Miracle Network. He's one of the founding members of it. So when it comes to stuff like that, nonprofits for children and stuff like that, he really goes the extra mile. He's good with that kind of stuff.
He's pretty dedicated on that. So I know when we had him on our podcast that year, he was going to come down for a few days, and actually, because we talked about riding and everything, and then when he got down here, he's like, man, I got to we got to cut this short. Like, I got to head out right away.
Yeah.
And we weren't able because I think we had it lined up that we were going to do a cruise like through Maine and all kinds of stuff. But,
Yeah.
and then his wife got sick, and then so he ended up bailing. But
Yeah,
it's cool that he still came.
They actually come. I had to get all of his stuff in order. They come and got his stuff early, and we got him to the motel. He flew out Sunday night. Bang, he was gone.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's good that these guys are committed and they show up. So have you heard of Steve driving his rig down here, or is somebody and then he's
that I'm
flying
not
in?
sure
Yeah.
of.
I think he's driving that.
I bet he would. He just seems like that type of guy.
Yeah. Build something like that, you got to drive that thing across.
Gotta enjoy
states.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
funny, like, I know between all of us, like, I went on a snowmobile trip with you where even just, some people look at it as like, man, I don't have time to drive, but, we kind of look at it as like, no, I want to enjoy the drive.
Yep.
It's the time away on the road, and,
Everything just kind of goes.
all
the
it's
stress.
behind you. Essentially,
Yep.
it's behind you.
Then when you
so-
turn around driving back home, it's like,
then it's
everything
like
starts coming,
building
flowing
back up.
back.
Yeah.
At least that's how it works for
But
me.
I can see Steve is a busy shop owner. Probably looking forward to that drive.
Yeah.
Also.
Probably.
But it's funny you say that because it seems like the same thing too. When you're going somewhere, as you leave, things just kind of fade away, but when you turn and come back, it's just like it zooms right back in
Yeah,
again.
the
and
walls close back in.
It's like, God dang it.
It's not such a seamless transition, or it's a pretty seamless transition back into reality. It's not like you catch an airplane, boom, you're in Bismarck. It's like, damn, reality hits fast. You
Yeah.
get off an airplane.
Yeah, it closes in real quick.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind the drive.
Yeah, no, I like driving.
Yeah, so that's cool. So if people aren't able to come or make it to the car show, and they still want to donate to the cause, there's other ways. Or if Buggies and Blues doesn't work out, and they can come down there, which they should, because honestly, it's a great show. I mean,
It is.
even the show you guys are going to put on, to be honest, because you don't charge to get in.
No.
It's free.
It's free to the public.
And
Everything out there is free to the public.
yeah, and to be honest with you, I've never been to the Hammer Down show before as many times as it's been here.
Yep.
And so last year was my first time, and I'm impressed, man. That is crazy. Just you walk through there, and and for what we do with cars and trucks, and especially motorcycles, I have a love for like that attention to detail, that metal, that art. And when you see that times like 100 with big
And big
trucks
rigs,
at
yeah.
the same kind of concept, man, it's cool. Like, I dig that. And there's a lot of nice trucks. And I think you guys almost had, was it like 200?
178 trucks.
Yeah,
I
so
believe it
pretty
was
close
last
to
year.
200.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know we were talking when your wife was here, and we were talking about last year's show, and we have the same spot as we did last year, I believe. And it's right at the entrance. And we sat there that morning for, what was it, like 3-4 hours. And it was a convoy of because that's where all the trucks came in.
Mm-hmm.
And we just sat there, and they were probably, 20 yards away, 30 if that. And it's just like, well, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. And it's just, everyone just come rolling in. And when you got to walk around and see them all set up and clean, the guy can really appreciate that. So that's a really cool show to come
It
and
is.
see.
And Chad and Greg, they've done a fabulous job over the years with that, building it,
Mm-hmm.
from where it started to where it's now. It's insane.
Didn't
That's
realize.
when I started, this idea of this nonprofit, I thought, well, I want to have an event, but, I'd like to find something that's established already.
Yeah, right.
Kind of
That can
try
bring
to
a
make it a
crowd.
little easier,
Yep.
and a crowd. And I happened to see Chad, in the supermarket, actually, in the frozen food section. I said, geez, your ears ringing. I was going to call you. Why? And I threw this out to him. He says, I'm in.
Yeah.
I said, I can't speak for Greg, but I'm in. I'll call him, and I'll bet he's in too, and boom.
Yeah.
That's how it kind of went. So, we kind of went behind the scenes, and a lot of things happened, and, it went off without a hitch, basically.
You don't realize it, but there's a lot of really cool decked out semis around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
More than you think of.
Well, they do the light show every
Yeah.
night too,
Yeah.
about 10 o'clock. Were you guys out there for the light show?
No, but this year,
man.
yeah.
It's
I heard
awesome.
it's insane.
It's
that
awesome.
It's like directed to music or something.
No, they
Or-
just everybody gets them going, and all you hear is train horns and
Oh,
semi
really?
horns going off, and it's like a city.
Oh,
it's like
really?
a city of trucks. It looks like it's just crazy.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
It's cool to see some of the trucks that you don't usually see on the road, because I probably could have walked through that truck show and probably seen 20 semis that I recognize, but it's cool seeing the ones where it's nothing but the owner's pride and joy that they probably keep stashed away just for shows. You see those trucks,
Yeah,
that's a lot of surface and detail to be seen in like show form. It's,
You know, it's crazy too. A lot of these guys that drive them every day,
Yeah.
They
you
still
know,
shine up pretty well.
I mean, they're like immaculate trucks.
Yeah.
I mean, they're using them.
Yeah. And
You know,
it's
that's
so-
their
they're
job.
living.
That's
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
are the cool ones actually.
And then
yeah.
some of those you peek your head in the inside and they're just as cool in the
Yep.
inside as they are in the outside and
Yep.
detailed.
Truck slippers, man.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, truck slippers.
Yeah. Booties.
Yeah.
But it is. It's a cool event to come down and see and check out. And again, you know, you got a car and truck show that you're going to have also in the same area.
Yep.
They're going to have food again this year.
That'd be
I
food
think,
and 6-acre beer garden.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think who was it a semi place that put it on? I'm trying to
So
think
they
who it
have
was.
the big four truck places in Bismarck are having a feed,
Okay.
public feed there, and then they're actually gonna have there's gonna be some catering trucks in there too
Yeah,
afterwards.
so
there'll
there's
be food there,
Yeah, food, drinks,
food,
beer.
drinks, beer, pop,
Yeah.
water, whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
So come on down, check out the car show there, truck show, and
Yep.
the big rig show, and it starts at 9
so it starts at 10 o'clock on
Yeah.
Friday.
till.
Till 10 to 4, but the truck mine's gonna go 10 to 4. People want to stay and do whatever. It goes till midnight.
Sure. And
You
then
know?
because of the races, so
Yep.
you can then just walk in and check out the races Friday night,
Yep.
and then Saturday again from 10 to
10 to midnight. Well, we're going
Or
10
4
to,
again.
10 to 4, and then
Yeah.
10 to midnight with
Yeah.
the truck show.
because of the
Yep.
pull. And then
Yep.
last year you had a band, right?
Last year we had John Schneider and
Okay.
Keith Burns, and them play out there.
Anything this year?
We're just doing DJ music this year.
Yeah, that works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got the big tent set up out there, and Vicky's Bar's doing the bar out there and stuff like that. So
So at least you, Rob, you can get out there, shake a leg or show us your moves.
yeah,
Shake a little more than leg.
Yeah,
I hear,
hey,
I hear you got
whatever.
more moves than a statue. That's what I hear.
Yeah, the list is pretty long. Yeah, depends on the statue.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, there's the Buggies and Blues, which there's what I think they expected over 500 or something cars.
I would guess. I think they usually
or even-
400 plus.
yeah, at least. So, and I think Dale, we had him on the show here a couple episodes ago too, and he said every year, and if you've been here, and I've been going to this at least 18 years, I've been in it. And I do have to say, every year it's like you can notice, like it goes a little bit further, gets a
Yep.
little wider, a little fatter. You know, you can just see it growing
Yep.
every direction, and there's just more and more people, vendors. It's a big event, and for again free. You know,
Yeah.
come on down.
That's the
check-
beauty of this
yep.
stuff. It's free to the public, like our show too.
Yep.
You know, what more can you ask for?
Yeah,
Entertainment.
it is
And we
pretty
got, you know,
cool.
this year too, we're actually doing a children's fun zone too.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yep.
stuff. So, you know, everything's friendly for all kids, no matter what they're in a wheelchair or whatever. You know,
And they've
so-
never done that before. I
No.
don't think. Yeah. So I think that
we're doing that this year. You know, through the nonprofit and everything.
Yeah.
Rattlin's Believers. So
Man,
it'd be kind
that's-
of neat.
Yeah, you guys do a lot for that. I mean, that's
it'll
awesome.
Be something you know, different for for everybody.
And that's cool that you say that because, again, when I was talking to your wife when she was in here, Toby, right?
Toby, yep.
Yeah, and not only do you guys use the money that you get to go towards helping your daughter, but it also goes towards the whole concept of what other people are dealing with. And I think, you know, she was talking about that you guys do care packages for
Peds floors in the hospitals.
correct, yeah.
Yep.
So I mean that's something that you guys do, that you donate your time, your effort to put these together to try and give them for free to other parents or
Yep.
family members that are dealing with this.
Well, we've been through it so many times where you said pick up and leave and go.
Yep.
You know, they'd be getting airlifted to the cities. I'd just throw stuff in some bags and drive out, and you know, you never have everything you need.
Right.
So we had kind of a list we went through of like, hey, this is the common stuff that's handy. And we've actually got letters from parents that have utilized them and said, geez, thanks. You know,
Yeah.
my daughter needed this or that, and boom, there it was. And
Yeah, that
and
right
this
there
care
makes it all
package,
worth it.
You know, and I was like,
Yeah.
well, it's good. They're actually you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
getting used, and you know,
Right.
It's good to hear that. You know.
You know, and it's nice because a lot of, and I shouldn't say a lot, but you know, you help towards benefits, and some of them are, it's a one-way thank you, and they use it, and it is what it is, and that's
Yep.
fine. I'm not trashing or saying that's bad. I mean,
Yep.
that's how they do it. But it's also cool to see that people that take it in, and then also they use it for what they need to, but then they turn around and be like, now how can we give back and help again by somebody that helped us,
Yep.
and just keep giving and giving and giving, and that's awesome. And
We actually had a family from Dickinson that wrote us a letter and actually said, hey, we would like to make a donation. We had, an emergency thing with our child. We were there and like, boom, here's this care package. And we're like, wow, stuff that was in there. So they actually threw us a donation. So it was nice. It
is.
Like, hey, it's coming around and, we'll be able to give that out to somebody else now.
Right.
Because 100% of the stuff we get, we don't take nothing out for ourselves.
Right.
A lot of these nonprofits do administration fees and, they're collecting money out of it. We don't. 100% goes to the cause.
Makes you feel good and appreciative that, you took the time to donate your time and this kit to another family that, appreciates it, and they turn around and donate back. That's really got to make a guy feel good.
It does. Yeah. I mean, it's rewarding. I mean, it makes at the end of the day, it's hard to get the time to do all this stuff. Running a business and everything else. But at the end of the day, it's nice to get that little bit of feedback. Say, hey, it's actually appreciated, and
especially what people can never justify probably what you guys go through, as parents, and
there's no way they could,
and you can't, just because nobody ever would want something like this, and you guys, that's the cards that you were dealt, right? But the fact is, like, but it makes you feel more appreciative for everything that you guys are going through with this, that other people appreciate, and it's kind of like a good feeling in a way that you're doing, even though you're going through all this, but you're also doing a good thing to help other people to understand that they're going through it also, and that they can relate. So it's like, even though it's not a good thing, but yet when it comes back around, it really is, and it's a positive.
It's something that try to make it easier for other people, because
there's no book for it for you to do. I mean,
it's kind of one of them deals. Like, for instance, we had to go out to the cities out there, and they got like the Ronald McDonald House out there. So I think there's different families that donate meals out there to this stuff. And sometimes out there's nothing open. That's the only place you can get something. So it's nice to have.
Right.
So it's stuff you think about. It's like, hey, we'd like to be able to have resources for people, that this happens to, that, boom, you got to drop and go. Because you can't take the time when an emergency happens. You're gone.
And there's no handbook to read to prep you for this. So
I think it's really cool that you guys found something that you can provide something for people to truly use. Like, when I heard about the I don't know, the kits that people,
the comfort kits,
comfort kits. When I heard that idea, I was like, well, I've never thought of that. Like, that's like, and
kind of was
truly genius. Yeah, truly utilize it.
That was actually my wife's idea. She's just like, she has these we used to have bags sitting there packed now, just like in case of emergency, but it's like, knock on wood, we've been good for a while, and a good season right now, and so it's
full circle, because you guys are also saving whatever care that person that is going to the hospital. He saves time, and in that situation, time is huge.
Well,
and then also then they're taken care of once they are in care.
And the thing is when your child's in the hospital, you should be concentrating on that. Not having to worry about the other little things.
Right.
And that was our biggest thing, is just kind of like, hopefully it helps type of thing,
Take it for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think anybody can take any credit away from that at all. But it's a awesome, I mean, like you said, I would have ever thought, especially when you're so focused on what's going on and everything else, it's like, who would have ever thought, well, step back and kind of look at the big picture and put your attention to how can we help other parents out in the same situation on top of already everything that we got going on, and especially with Shawn, with you running your business and restoring and fixing up your cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last minute.
Last minute. Yeah.
Shawn doesn't run any small business either.
Yeah.
What do you got? 12 bays?
10 bays in
10
there.
bays?
Yeah.
We got 10 bays. How many guys you got?
5 of us. Mm-hmm. I need more.
Yeah.
So we got use 2 more pretty easily.
So we got 10 to 12 bays with 11 guys.
Yeah.
So I feel you.
Yeah. And there's days I think we're on the same boat. Need more.
Yep. That you always use more space, more help.
Yeah.
That's why I work 7 days a week.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? So I've been doing this probably about as long as you have. I've been for 24, almost 25 years.
Yeah.
And it seems like the bigger you get, it's like your profits still stay the same and your headaches grow, but it's like you don't really seem to get any further in life at all. But
or the government just takes more from you. It's a vicious circle.
Yeah, it's so growing. It's got his ups and downs, but it's worth it though.
It is in the end. I think back to when I first started and had one employee, and it was like I had more money back then. It seems like
I think
it's kind of one of them deals, and you grow, and it's times change.
I think the only thing that does change is you get to a point where when you're so small, you're worried about, will I have enough work? Will I have enough work? Then obviously the worry of you growing, it's like, well, geez, will I have enough work to support it? But it seems like when you get to that point, it's just like the work's always there. You've established. You get to a point, it's like you're so established. It's just like work is there.
Yeah. Well, when I was going to start, I was always scared to start my own shop. Worked for everybody else and made them money. I thought, heck with it, I'm going to try it. And I had a bunch of clientele. I was doing stuff on the side, and finally just said the heck with it. I opened up, and I had to hire a guy literally in a week. I hired a guy, and I outgrew my shop in like 2 weeks after that, and I was like, well, this is great. I'm stuck in a year lease now. What am I gonna do now?
Well, that's the result of doing good work, especially in repair and wrenching. So I gotta give a shout out to you and your handiwork, because I sold that C10 that you dropped a motor in. So everybody was impressed with the driveline in there. So
yeah, she runs strong.
She's a good motor. So I just finally, as I was prepping for someone to come look at it, I realized that motor had dart heads. So that good selling point. Yeah. So
did you get a little extra for that? Was that like the little?
No, I just didn't lower my price
on the cape
as much as I was going to.
Oh.
So, but let's talk about what we're all bringing to these shows, so people can maybe get excited.
What are you guys bringing? I guess that's what I should ask. I know I asked you before, and you said, "Well, I'm not sure yet."
Because we weren't sure until as of yesterday.
And that's how what is crazy.
We're winging it.
Yeah,
wings are flapping hard.
Man, we just run around the shop and we're just flapping our wings, and something just kind of comes together. But it's like I've been doing this for so long, Shawn, that it's just almost like I almost do better, and I know this is probably a bad thing to say, but it seems like I always do better, and things seem to come together at the last minute for me, instead of like if you plan out weeks in advance, it just seems to be more of a stress and headache.
Tell me about it.
So it just seems like up to like yesterday, I think I finally pulled Rob to side and be like, hey, what's your plans on for the show coming up? It's like, really, dude, that's like in a couple of days. But
well, it's like if you're all wired like us, we do our best critical thinking under the gun. So
yeah, so it's we're planning on bringing a couple side by sides that we've decked out and built and done up. So we want to bring a little bit of a variety so that people can kind of see a little of everything that we do. So we got a couple side by sides. We got that 23 Road Glide that we built. That's coming.
That blue one.
Yeah, that's
a beautiful bike.
Yeah, thanks. That's gonna be there. We got a chassis that we spec'd out from Scott's Hot Rods for a build that we're going to do.
37 Ford truck chassis.
Oh, That's the one I called and tried to buy, and you said not for sale.
That
not
truck?
For sale.
Yeah. I think you were probably like the 100th guy that's asked.
Every day I drive past and look at it.
Yeah.
Finally, if another guy was going to ask me, he was like, how much is it worth?
At that point, the owners were probably like, sell it, because they were tired of waiting. But we finally got the chassis in for that, so we're going to have that on display just for people to check it out. It's craftsmanship. People can appreciate that.
I think also see what we can offer too.
Yeah. We have the 2 Corvette that we did. 74 Corvette with the
LS2
6-liter.
swap.
And then we have the Chevelle. It's always going to be there. My 67, that's going to be there. Pull that thing out of the trailer for once and wash it. That's like the only time we get to drive it. Yeah. It's like we drive it across the street, and then we drive it down the street, and then I put it away, and then until next year, it's just back in the trailer. But so the Chevelle will be there, the Corvette will be there, the bike will be there, the chassis. We got the 76 square body. 82 square body.
K10 LS
That's going to be there.
Full restore.
Yep, and then the 2 side-by-sides.
And we also have that 22 Denali half-ton with the 9-inch lift.
That'll be there.
Yeah, I'm sitting on 26s.
Yep. So kind of a variety of a little bit
Yeah,
of
that'll be
everything.
good.
That some old stuff to some side-by-side bike, just kind of variety. So
Yeah, good.
I try to mix it up a little bit.
68 C10.
Oh yeah, that'll
Yep.
be there. See?
Yeah.
It's a good thing I got Rob here.
Mr. Photographic Memory here.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'd be about 4 cars short. I'd be
Oh, I
standing
forgot
there.
about that one.
Yeah, I'll be standing underneath the tent going, God, it looks like we're forgetting stuff. Well,
We got a bear here. What's going
Yeah.
on?
Rob and the rest of the cars. Are
Oh, I told you about this one.
Yeah. So I'm sure you got a pretty good variety. I've
what are you
been
bringing?
watching you
Yeah.
on Facebook, and you've been
Yeah, I got anything
stuff.
from, my 69 Roadrunner, 69 Charger, 72 Satellite, kind of a GTX clone, 78 T-Top Trans Am,
Nice.
76 Stingray Corvette. What the heck else we got here? We got a bunch.
Does
So
you have a-
old Ford trucks.
yeah. So you got a high boy that you got
Yeah,
ready, didn't
There's
you?
a bunch, yeah. We just started a body swap on that one there, and like 3 weeks ago, one day we got about 3/4 of the body swapped.
Jeez.
Yeah, my boy, he's been really loving that lately. He's been
Cool.
helping me. So
Oh, awesome.
we just got his. He's got a 71 D100 short box. I gave him when he was 11 years old, and we got it running on his 22nd birthday. Finally.
Oh wow.
Oh, sweet.
So just got it all going. He's actually been driving the last few days here, so he's just
Nice.
stoked for that.
Yeah.
It's still a swept line, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Last
They're
year of 'em.
sweet.
And it's actually a solid truck. It was a county truck.
Oh,
all life.
sure, yeah.
Perfect.
Low miles, probably.
Yeah, always
it's-
inside. Yeah.
The old slant 6 in it.
Nice.
He wanted a big block when he was 11 years old. I said, we're going to have to wait a few years. So
Yeah.
he's running first.
Yeah, you got to grow into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put
So, yeah,
that-
we'll have quite a bit of
That's-
variety.
that's good. You got the hot rod then?
Yeah, then my rat rod will
Rat
be.
rod, yeah.
That 31 Model A, that'll be there. I got a customer that dropped off his 64 GTO, and we did a bunch
Nice.
of stuff too. We'll have that there. He said, leave for 2 weeks, put it in the show. He says, you have to wash it though.
See, that's
So, whatever.
what does that sound like, Rob?
Sounds par to me.
Yeah. So, what did you ever sell that Merc that you had?
Yes, I
You
did,
did
last
get
year.
rid of it.
Actually, at Northland Auto Auction last year, that classic car auction. They're actually having another classic car
Yeah, they
auction on
are.
Friday night.
Yeah,
Hit me up about
Yep.
it.
Yep. So got quite a
This-
bit in there the way it sounds.
yeah, it should be a good.
He's
turnout.
actually Louis that Halverson that owns it. He's actually doing our auction, live auction out there for us.
Oh, okay.
He did it last year too, at the truck shows. So
Oh, nice.
did an awesome job.
Yeah, well,
Heck
that's
of a nice
good.
guy.
Because you had that up to Minot too, trying to sell it.
I did. So I had it up there. The weird thing was is we had an episode with our daughter, and she actually had it. She's out in the cities. I had entered these in the auction up there already. I had 3 of them. I had entered a 55 Crown Vic, that 54 Merc Monterey, and then I had a S10 drag truck. So I borrowed your
Yeah, I
trailer.
was gonna say.
That's right. That's when I borrowed your trailer. So I couldn't fit both in
I was
there.
gonna
Remember?
say, yeah, 'cause
I
that-
had hooked, so I did 2 trips of your trailer because
Yeah.
I had my trailer was up there already,
Yeah.
my enclosed. So I'm like, well, that's all I can do. So I went up for the auction. I had to sell at least 2 vehicles because all I had was a one-place trailer to haul them back. So I'm like, and I had to take off for the cities in the morning, again. So it was like, I can't make a bunch of trips and then drive the cities in the morning. It's never going to work. So anyways, yeah, I ended up selling everything but the Merc. And the Merc actually bid higher up there than it did in Mandan here.
Oh, really?
But at the same time, it's like storing the thing. I have no room for it. And beautiful car, though. I mean, it was just an awesome car. Kind of wish I wouldn't have sold it, but what do? You can't keep them all.
Yeah. Well, we try.
I know.
Yeah.
My wife says I have a sickness.
Yeah. No, I think it's a guy thing.
It is.
Yeah,
I think
it's-
it is.
Passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like bikes, cars, and guns. Like you can never have enough bike parts.
No. Yeah, bike parts.
Yeah.
Bike parts.
Right?
This I ain't gonna say it. Never mind.
I know I don't have the fleet that you do, but sometimes when people ask even the vehicles and stuff that I have, and it's like, hey, when you start holding out both hands and you start rambling off, people look
Yeah.
at you like, you're nuts. And I'm like, yeah, but only like 3 of them are worth like
Yeah.
legit. The other ones are all like coming projects or soon to be or whatever. So
That's all my
they're
stuff.
cool stuff, but they're just
It's actually
metal.
not a big deal because you usually forget that you have them. So
Sometimes.
so then that's what kind of builds it. You forget you have it, and so you keep buying more. And then when you have a bunch, it's like, geez, I got a lot of stuff now because you forgot what you had.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good thing to have though. Good problem.
Not bad.
Yeah.
They don't make them anymore than old
Well,
cars.
that's just it.
trucks, so.
That's it's
Yeah.
like that '61 Chevy that I have. And that thing is honestly a pretty darn good shape truck. There's hardly any rust whatsoever in that thing. And I got people coming all the time, and they're like, "You want to sell that?" I'm like, "Make me an offer." And they're like, $2,000. I laugh. I'm like, "Do you realize what's here?"
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people don't.
That's a half year model, isn't it?
Yeah. So from
62.
From 60 till 64 or late 63 is when they actually went to the C10. But I say 64 because if you say 63, people get confused. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like 9 months. They changed the body style, and they didn't even do it for a whole year. Like, they were already working on the next one to produce it right away, but they only actually carried it for those 3 years for like a 9-month deal. So it's specific. You can't interchange.
No.
There's a couple of things you can, but for the most part, like, it is a pretty specific.
Well, the front clip on them ones,
they're all the same. Yep. So
I would hate to be the assembly manager.
yeah. So no, and it's like, and you don't see those trucks around, period, with the eyebrows, and then to see them rotted or hot rotted out or nothing. I mean, it's even another rare. And I've been to a lot of car shows, and because to me it's like I look for something that you don't see a lot of. I look for something that's kind of unique, just like a lead sled or shoebox. They're out there, but you don't see like a 67 Mach or a 69 Camaro or 66 Chevelle. Like you'll run into a good couple handfuls of them, but it's not like, you don't see them all the time. So when you do see one, you appreciate it. And same thing there too. Like, you don't see a lot of that early 60s style truck at car shows anywhere. So I'm like, when I found it and I got a good price, I'm like, I bought you, and I put you off to the side.
Right.
You're like, you stay right there. I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Well, it's even like the dually that I got. I only paid $800 for that thing, and it's like, okay, that's half the battle. Is like, I got a project for you, but finding the right project and buying it for the right price, that you're not like, I've got thousands and thousands of dollars sitting in this thing, sitting out in a row, but a few $100. Like,
Not so bad.
We've been making progress on the dually. We put a battery in it.
Yeah, which somebody stole.
And we got the driver door fixed, so I don't have to Bo Duke it anymore.
That and that thing is
that's still fun then.
No, but
it's fun the second time, but like the fifth time, it's like,
can you do the hood slide?
No,
try that yet?
I don't want to wreck the hood.
Do that. So you got to.
Hood's nice.
She's a very dramatic girl. Like, you got to talk nice to her, or
when she's good, she's good. But when she's bad, she's bad.
Blue one there you got.
Yeah. So when it's crabby, it lets you know. But when it's in a good mood, it'll let you know too. So
a machine.
You always treat her with respect, because she's a little temperamental.
I might have nicked the tailgate on it unloading a motor here the other day. I pull up there, and the guy that was there, I go, I think I nicked it. Don't worry about it, he goes.
Who is it?
I don't remember which guy it was.
He's on bathroom duty.
It was Rob. Not me, though.
The other Rob.
The
other Rob.
But it's crazy, because for what I actually want to do to it, the whole thing's going to get all cut up anyways.
That thing is going to be far from a shop truck when you're done with it.
And even with that 49 sedan, that two-door coupe sitting there, same thing there. It's like, I got plans for that thing, but it's just,
sick.
Just to, half the battle's
get
finding
the time.
Yeah, and the time. Yeah, it's like my Road King sitting on the thing. I'm going on 3-4 years. That thing is off the lift, put away. I dig it back out, put it on the lift to work on it. I'd never touch it. I'd put it back, box it up, or put it up back upstairs, and I dig it back out, and I don't touch it, and I pack it back up, and it's like,
That one day, I was like, I just looked you dead in the eye. I was like, man, you got to do something with this thing.
Yeah, tells me, he's like, dude, you got to get this bike off the lift, because we need to make some money. So either do something with it or put it away. So then I get mad at him, and I'm like, it's kind of your fault, because if you actually would free me up some more free time, I could probably get it done, but... So
it was reverse psychology, actually. Like, finish the damn bike.
Yeah. So someday I'll.
But my bad at the same time.
Yeah, but you're bad. Yeah. But yeah, just trying to find the time to get it done is the biggest thing. And just like I'm sure you're the same way too. When you wrench all day, so the last thing you want to do is go home and be like, man, I just can't wait to wrench some more. Mm-hmm. It's not the same. It really isn't.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I think you just want to relax and do something different. Even though we do, we're car guys. We love what we do, but there's still a point that it's like, I need to step away for
Got to
just
deprogram the
if
brain a
you
little bit.
wrench all the time,
Yep.
it doesn't allow you any time to go and enjoy the stuff you already wrenched on.
Pretty much.
You know?
True. Yeah.
Pretty much.
You know, and it's when
I'll agree with that.
yeah, when that first building that we started out in, we had to do a bunch of carpentry remodel work to it. I should say I had to. I was all by myself at that time. And I was actually looking forward to it. I was actually excited because I grew up on the farm with wrenching, but I also got brought into building cabins and houses. And so woodwork is second nature
Pretty
to me.
good at it.
So I was actually really excited. Like I was like a kid at a brand new, toy store thinking like, man, I can't wait to dig out the table saws and the miter box and air hammers and all my cool and put on my carpenter's belt. It's like I make it look good. And I wanted to do like all this woodworking. I was so happy. Like I was jacked up about it. And then about 3/4 of the way through, I'm like, get me out of here. I hate this. Like I want to wrench. So
Yeah.
I want to tear something apart so bad that I couldn't wait to just pack all that wood stuff and like don't even want to see it for a while because I was done with it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I remember I seen the kind of man cave area you did at your old house, and I was like, you did that? Like, you could do this full, like, I've never seen, like, it was good. It was
thanks.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like my therapy from my therapy kind of thing.
There you go.
But yeah, it's like, what I'm talking about. It's when it comes to our stuff, it always takes longer just because it's on the side and sometimes we just
Always
get
on the back burner.
Yeah. And it's always lit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
lit.
Sometimes both burners are lit.
Yeah. So moving forward, don't forget this weekend's a very, very, very busy weekend. We got a lot going on starting Friday at 10 o'clock, Dakota Speedway. We got the Adelines Believers car show and the Hammer Down Big Rig show Friday, Saturday. We got the races Friday night. We got the truck pulls. What class is it going to be? I think last year was it they didn't have tractors. They just had trucks, right?
I don't know
They
exactly what they got. They got 2 sleds this year, I know.
Okay.
So, and they're starting to show at 4, so it'll
I
kind of
think they have a work stock class and then I think a 3.0 class, which 3.0 is like full mod. So,
Yeah.
But is it tractor too, or is it just truck?
I think it's just truck.
Okay, so I'm not
Pretty
quite
sure.
sure, but we got. So I'm going to say tractor truck,
those
but it could
tractors
just
were a
be
good
truck.
time watching last year.
they're
Those things are rowdy.
right. So that's going on Friday or Saturday night, and then Sunday is Buggies and Blues. I think it actually starts at 10. I think
so.
Isn't it for
I do
when
believe.
when they and it's actually weird to say it starts because it's all on Main Street and it's all free, but I think is when they say that all the cars are supposed to be there. I think by like 9 or 9:30, so that they can have it roped off, ready by 10 o'clock. I think is like how they announce it,
Well-
and it goes till 3,
4.
4. I think yeah.
I think noon to 4 they actually used to say, but it could be.
Yeah,
I guess,
it's
10 to 4.
yeah.
I know, like lining up in the morning, to put cars in there. Sometimes it's like 2 hours you're sitting there in line.
Yeah.
It just takes so long. All the car clubs are lining up. And,
Yeah.
It's like
That's what
watching paint dry.
I know.
for a
Well,
while.
that's what's nice with us because we have a side street access, so we can just zip in and
Yep.
park. But again, though, like I said, I've been there at least 18 years, if I remember right. And honest to God, I have never, ever had an issue with any of those guys at that event. It's even when I first started and I didn't have a trailer, nothing. I brought my one vehicle, and they were always over the top, generous, willing to help. What can we do for you? They're always polite. They've grown, and just think of what they have to deal with, and
yeah.
yet still they're always in a good mood. They're always willing to
They do a
help.
good job,
They do.
hands
They're
down.
they're amazing.
Hands down.
They're always willing to help
They
out.
make it look easy, honestly.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. And I've known those guys for so many years too, so it's familiar faces and all that. But they do a tremendous job on setting it up. So again, that's Sunday. And it's going to be nice. It's going to be, I think, mid to upper 70s Friday.
Yep.
Saturday, I think, is upper 70s, low
70s, yep.
80s.
Yep.
And I think Sunday is like low 80s too. So it should be a very good weekend.
I'm scared to look at the forecast because it seems like it changes.
Oh,
every
yeah,
Friday.
If you look at it,
absolutely.
yeah.
Don't
And-
blink.
Yeah, and if they say it's going to be 80, it's 90. Like
Yeah.
they're usually about an 8 degree.
Well, there's a feel like temp outside. Whatever
yeah,
that means.
yeah, real feel. Yeah.
Real feel. There you go.
Here's what you do. I did this with my age. When I turned 26, I just told myself I was 30. So if you just plan on it being 100 degrees and it's 85,
You're never disappointed.
exactly.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a good way
Yeah.
of looking at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pro tip.
Yeah.
There you go.
The tip of the
So,
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So come and check us out. Just come and check out Shawn's stuff. I don't know if you'll get to see Shawn. I'm sure he'll be running around quite a bit. But if you do, tell him hi on
I should
Friday,
be able to be
Saturday.
around there
Yep.
more.
Yeah.
Just here.
Check out the benefit. If his little girl is there, do go up and say hi to her. She's a
cool.
darling. She's a sweetheart.
That's the other thing I was going to mention. We're having the silent auction and live auction also on Saturday.
Yeah.
So from 10 to 3 will be the silent auction. And then from 3 to 4 will be the live auction. And I'm not sure the live auction will go an hour, but, come check stuff out. We got a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome.
A lot of
And
stuff
again, it
that's-
all goes to a great cause. So even if you really don't want it and you just want to help, bid, or donate.
I'm the type, when I go to benefits, I see a silent auction. Whatever it's worth, I bid it right out of the gate. It's like, it's for a good cause.
Yep.
I'm not one of them people that tries to get it for $100 item for $10. It's
Yeah.
like,
Nah.
it's for, it's for a good
Think
good
past
cause.
it and think
Yeah.
what it's going
Yeah.
for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's
It's a way to do
goal.
it. Yep.
So, yeah, it should be a fun weekend, guys.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Should be.
this is like the epitome of, hot rod, cool stuff.
Seems like this is
Pretty
what
good.
we work all year for. It's like this big long weekend.
Well, like
Yeah.
last year, we ended up when we merged with Buggies and Blues and MPO, they dubbed it Mandan Motor Weekend. A little bit for everybody. You got semis, motorcycles, like they said, airplanes there, all this
Right.
stuff going on, these shows. And
Yeah.
it's just cool.
Yeah.
There'll
and-
be cars and people from the tri-state area.
Oh, yeah.
If not more.
And
That'll
there's,
be all over.
yeah, and that's the thing. There's so much more stuff too going on. I mean, I know Scotty's driving. They have a great turnout for a ride and for a show there. I do believe that I think Riverwood RV, they have their ride show
Yep.
Friday night, and I think they have something Saturday. I think it is. Or is it just Friday night,
think
if I
it's
remember right?
Friday. I don't know if they're doing both
They have
days
a
or not.
feed stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget Friday too. Up at Inland Truck Parts, they have a feed and car show.
Yep.
I'm trying to think what else. So there's
They got
a lot.
homemade buns there.
Well, so one of the guys that actually works, so I know Andy up there, and I've known Andy for 25, I
Good
think.
guy.
Oh, great
Oh,
guy.
solid.
Super nice guy. And one of the guys that works there, actually, he probably started yesterday. He makes all the buns from scratch, and he makes all the burgers,
Yeah.
and then he buys the hot dogs. But he makes all that stuff. And
Wow.
he's 70 some years old. They told me, like he's
Wow.
I don't know, mid 70s
Is it
or
the
something.
guy with
like
the
that.
bifocals?
I don't know. I don't know for sure who he is, but I know Andy's like, yeah, the guy works here, and he loves this time of year. Like he gets so excited for this, and he'll start cooking like Tuesday because he makes everything's homemade.
That's cool.
And I've been there a few times. The food
It's
is
good.
amazing. So
Yeah,
that's
last year we missed it.
because we had the show going on. But I
Yeah.
think this year we're gonna sneak
Sneak
away.
off, yeah.
Go over there.
I won't
But
be able to. That sucks.
yeah, we'll bring something back
Bring
for you.
something
They
back.
actually
Yeah,
dropped off a couple brochures at the shop for it. And
It's like perfect.
I'm
I'm,
like-
not gonna make it.
Yeah, we'll
Really?
Yeah, we'll grab you something.
Yeah.
you nothing better than free food. You know?
No, absolutely. So
Yeah.
there's a ton and ton. Plus, and then what is that? Saturday night. There's the Drake's the cruise night from the school through Mandan. I think it's
Yeah, the
Saturday.
classic car parade.
The classic car parade.
Oh, yeah,
I think that's Saturday night too. I think that's at 7.
I think it's in the afternoon. The
Yeah,
last
6 or 7.
Because they do it before the concert downtown. They kind of run it through there, and then they close everything back off for the concert. At least that's how they did it last year.
Right. So
I don't know.
I know it's in the evening. I could be off a
I know
little
in a
bit.
couple
but-
meetings we had there for this stuff here, they were talking about that, but that could have changed. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So that's going on too. So there is
Yeah.
a ton of stuff. So get out, check it out. Fun-filled weekends. Us and the abate's going on too, I think, this
Yep.
weekend for all the abate members. So again, tons and tons and tons of stuff going on. So get out, check it out, come and see us. Say hi to Shawn. Come and check out Shawn, Steve Darnell. Yeah, I think that's it. Just
Great fun
get
for
out.
the
yeah.
whole family.
So
Yeah.
thanks for listening. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, our website, dakotacustoms.com. Leave a comment. Again, ask us any questions. We'll answer them for you. And until the next one, talk to you later.
See you guys.
So yeah.